Has the economy finally turned in New Zealand? Now, we work with hundreds of SME business owners all across the country in different regions, and we've definitely noticed that towards the back end of this year, the conversations are starting to change, which is really, really good to see because, my word, has it been tough out there for a number of years. Now, part of how we think the economy will turn is actually the belief that it has to start with. So we've needed external signs and people commenting that it is getting better for more people to believe it, and therefore their belief drives their action. When that commentary is really negative, people are conservative, they are worried, they sit on their hands, they wait, and they tell other people things aren't going well. The whole thing can create a doom loop of its own. But we're almost starting to see that the other way. Now, there's still some shaky economic data out there, but I thought you might be interested in some of the conversations that we are having with clients that maybe signal that the economy finally has turned. And we recorded this in early December 2025. So one of the things that starts to come up when the economy turns is that clients start to ask more questions about how they can pay less tax. Now, this is a frustration that they enter when they start to become more profitable and they start to see how much tax they have to pay. And so they are wondering, are there ways that I could decrease my tax bill? Or maybe there's something that I'm not doing that I could be doing. Now, when an economy is tough, when there are losses, when people don't have tax to pay, people don't ask things like this. Now, secondly, consumer arrears across the country have hit a 2-year low as we head into the end of the year. That means that less people are behind on credit payments in their life, whether that be credit cards, buy now, pay later, telcos, those sorts of things. As an overarching macro trend, that looks like people have a little bit more disposable income. Now, it's not to say it doesn't feel tough out there, because if your wages aren't keeping up with inflation, that is becoming very frustrating for people as well. Anyway, we have to go back to the SMEs because this is focused on them. But what that piece does with people having more disposable income in their back pocket and not being trapped by debt is they can then look to what they may spend that money on. Now, consumers seem to be very deliberate with their purchasing, and you're seeing them prioritize things like concerts, events, experiences, and have no problem spending money on things that they really want to go to. So if people are being deliberate with what they spend their money on, then we as a business owner need to be deliberate about telling people that we are here for them to spend money with. So the businesses that we're dealing with that are making offers out into the market are now starting to see things move a bit easier. As an example, I had a client recently who said, we're not sure if we're going to send out a Christmas email because we just don't know if we can do the work that may flush out of it. And they decided to stay consistent and send that email anyway. And of course, it has led to work. Now, it wasn't that long ago where clients of ours would be sending an email out and crickets. They wouldn't be getting a response. So what this shows us is that the consumer is getting back into a buying type mode. Now, that always happens in the summer season of New Zealand as well. We are in that consumerism, that festive season where people are thinking about spending more money. Now, one of the other great signs that we've seen is even some of our clients that are in that architectural and construction type space, which has been hit really hard, they are quoting for work and they are winning it. What does that do? Well, it tells us that the customer or client who needs that work is again willing to spend. That feeds into the SME. The SME has more confidence to potentially hire because they can see that their pipeline is going to be full for longer. Now, most business owners in New Zealand don't track their pipeline very well, and so they go through boom and bust type cycles where they don't have a lot of confidence unless they can see that they've got guaranteed work coming up. Now, when they have that, they make decisions that they wouldn't ordinarily make. It might include buying a Ford Ranger, if you know what we're talking about. But when that confidence isn't there, again, people will sit on their hands, so SMEs will do that as well. So I would expect to start to see more business owners in New Zealand looking for a bit more growth and starting to hire in 2026 as well. Again, a clear sign that people are starting to think back into the future. Ourselves, we've had more inquiry around business planning, and that takes a business owner to be in a mindset of, I'm thinking into my future, I've got the confidence to spend money to get advice around that, and I've got the confidence to take action on that advice too. Again, it shows you that people are thinking further into the future. So we've removed ourselves from the survival type mode, and people are slowly getting back into, I've got to get after it. Now, of course, we do have an election in 2026. It'll be interesting to watch get navigated as well as people again start to sit on their hands. But the final piece that I will leave you with that is a really clear sign of this is that some of our clients go to things like boat shows, home shows, or different types of shows where those shows are getting a specific buyer into an event space. Now, that customer or consumer is already in a buying mindset. Now, in prior years, people were still showing up at these and our clients would say, oh, not too much came of it. Now, a number of them that I've spoken to that have done this recently are saying, wow, I've got inquiry, I've then gone and done a proposal or shown them what we can do. And some of the clear themes that they are hearing back from these people are, I would just want to get on with it. I'm sick of sitting on my hands. We're going to need to do it, so we might as well do it at some stage. So when an economy contracts, a lot of people head into conservative type mode and they delay their decision making. When people have the confidence that things are going to be better, they speed up their decision making. So we're seeing a number of signs within our accounting practice with the business owners that we're talking with, but reminder, we do work with a lot of aspirational business owners, that business is getting a little bit easier. And for a while there, people were rowing and they were rowing and they were rowing and they didn't feel like they were getting anywhere. But there are clear signs for a number of different industries and clients that people are returning and their rowing efforts are making a difference. And so they have confidence to carry on rowing or to row even faster. So perhaps the economy has finally turned and things are going to be better. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.